Jeff is in Canada. Hi, Jeff. Welcome to the Ramsey Show.
Hi, Jeff. Sorry. Hi. Yeah. Hi.
Hi. How can we help?
What's up, man?
So I'm in a pretty bad bind. I screwed up, and now I'm about, give or take, $37,000 in debt, living paycheck to paycheck.
Mm-hmm.
And a good part of my debt is actually my old business, and more specifically, my old employees.
Mm-hmm.
I haven't been sleeping well for a while now, and I want to get out of this. I want to honor them, although I haven't done it for the last few years, but I just want to fix everything. And, yeah.
Wow. You've been hit with a lot. So you've got the, I closed a business and went broke, so I know how that feels. You feel ashamed. On top of that, I didn't pay my bills and went bankrupt, so I felt double ashamed. And on top of that, you've got employees that you love that you owe money to, so you got another dose of shame. So you got a lot hanging on your shoulders, don't you?
Yeah.
Been there, done that.
I decided to fight to not go bankrupt by purpose, because I knew
Well, you're going to pay them anyway because they're your friends.
Pardon?
You're going to pay them anyway because they're your friends, even if you went bankrupt, right?
They most of them were my friends until I hit the fan.
Yeah.
Sorry. It's just getting worse and worse. And
what do you make? What do you make now?
Right now, I work remote for $2,400 a month.
Mm-hmm. Well, that sucks.
Take home. So that's with the deductions.
Yeah, that sucks.
I had a second job. I had a second job earlier this winter, but I was laid off, and I can't get a second job. I've been hunting for one, but I don't have a car anymore because part of my debt is also blocking my license from me being able to travel. So I can travel, but I can't. I need a car because I live in a little rural area.
So part of the settlement against your debt is that you can't go get work somewhere else. That doesn't make any sense. It's like an old debtor's prison back from the Dark Ages.
In our province, if you owe anything for traffic tickets, and some of those traffic tickets were from our old bus, and my old drivers and me had fines, and the owner of the company gets a fine as well as the driver if there's anything wrong. Even if it's speeding, the owner of the company gets a fine as well.
All right, so listen. Okay, so you're talking to two guys who in various stages have been right where you are. Okay? And so the question I'm going to ask you on behalf of both of us is, first I'm going to say, it feels like everything is in a dark cloud. Absolutely. You're not crazy. The question I'm going to ask you is this. Do you want to do what it takes to begin scratching and clawing and sprinting your way out of this thing?
I've been trying to. That's why I went for a second job earlier.
No, I got you. But part of saying yes, I want to scratch and claw is saying, okay, the way I was doing it wasn't working. I want to try something else. Would you be willing to do that?
Yeah.
Okay. You've got two issues here. One is, and you have, in your mind, they've all turned into one big toxic stew. One of the issues is you got to get these debts paid off. The second is, so it's a math problem. You got a finance issue. And the second thing is you've got so much shame, so much relationship dysfunction, and now you're working from home, so you just sit by yourself all day long and stew. And you faced rejection, and you got laid off, all this stuff. So you got this interpersonal stuff going on, this relationship stuff, right? So these are two separate challenges here. So we got a plan for you to help you with the money, but you're going to have to take what I would consider some pretty radical steps on the human side of this. Would you be willing to do that?
Yeah, and I forgot to say earlier that I've been looking at getting a loan to try and tackle one of the two and just get rid of one of the two problems, main problems. So I was also calling about that, asking if I should get a loan and fight for it.
No, you have an income problem. We have to solve your income problem. You can't borrow your way out of debt. And the bad news is you have $37,000 worth of debt. The great news is it's not $370,000. It's only $37,000. $3,000 a month for a year, and you're free. You're completely free, but you don't make any money. And you've got 1,000 reasons why you have to stay in this poop that you're sitting in. And I'm going to tell you, you probably need to move to another city and get 6 jobs in the city. And that you can't sit in a rural community where there's no jobs and make $2,400 in a dark room and get out of this. Besides that, you need the human interaction. You need the sunlight.
Yeah.
Yeah. And you need a new look, a fresh start. And I don't know if you move back to this community someday later, but I want you to go 100 miles away and move into a major city, and I want you to work 7 jobs, 80 hours a week, and I want you to be 100% debt-free by this time next year with $15,000 in the bank. Then you've got some choices.
We're going to go to Robert in Boise. Let's go, Robert. How's it going with you?
That's good.
How can we help today?
Okay, so I had a TSP question.
All right.
Or actually 2 questions about the thrift savings plan. I retired last December.
Congrats.
From, thank you, worked at the Border Patrol for 21 years.
Wow.
But since then, because of COVID and because of backlog of people retiring, I haven't got my full pension yet. It's been almost 12 months, so I'm getting a partial. So right now, between child support and rent, I'm coming out at 0. So I'm trying not to dip into my TSP at all if I can help it, because it's taken a hit over the last year or so. So it's drastically reduced. And then I've got friends who are taking their TSP and going to like a private, someone, I don't know, like Lincoln Financial or someone where they can still play with it and make some money. I've got it just kind of sitting there doing nothing right now.
Okay.
So questions are, do I dip into it because I got to pay some bills? I'm going into debt further and further using credit cards and everything, waiting for the government to come through with my full pension. And the second part is, do I shift it over to a private company where I can possibly make money on it?
Well, number one,
on my TSP.
I never wait on the government to do anything in my life because you're going to be waiting a long time, as you know. So number one, I'm cutting up the cards, and they're just, debt is not going to be an option. And if we need to adjust the budget, if we need to go get some work right now, even though we're retired, I'm going to do that to stop the bleeding. Number two, I wouldn't just jump out of the TSP and go play with it elsewhere in the private sector. I don't think that's wise either. Now, you can, if you need some of it to live right now, that's okay. But I would be working with a financial advisor. You can connect with a SmartVestor Pro. Those are the ones that we vet over at RamseySolutions.com. We've got some in the Boise area who can walk you through the best decision to make with that chunk of money that you have in the TSP. If it's worth moving somewhere else, if you can make more elsewhere. But I would not just go cash it out to survive, because you're not stopping the actual behavior that's causing us to feel this pain.
Right. Okay.
I'm sorry you're going through this, man. That's tough to go. I worked 21 years, Ken, and the government said they were going to take care of me, and here we are, and they're kicking the can down the road. That frustrates me to no end, and I hate that you may have to go back to work for a little bit to make ends meet. But, man, that credit card is a rubber crutch. It's not setting you up for success. It's not a blessing in your life. Cut it up, get on a budget, use that debit card, and we hope that you win in retirement and live your best life. Thanks for the call, man.
Brought to you by the EveryDollar app. Start budgeting for free today.
Hey, Steven. Welcome to the show.
Hey, good morning, or good afternoon, guys. How are you?
We're doing great. How can we help?
So I'm kind of in a position, so I'm really just kind of looking for some advice. So my wife was involved in a car accident about a year and a half ago.
Oh, gosh. Is she okay?
Yeah, she ended up being okay. She had some. She almost had to have some surgeries and everything, and it affected her work. She's a hairstylist, so she works for herself. She had some hand injuries and things like that. So we incurred some medical bills and some time off work and everything else. Kind of my question is, I've got a list of our payments and what our debts are, and we're expecting to get about $22,750 back in a settlement from that accident. And I was just wondering if you guys could help point me in the right direction, what we should maybe pay off, or if we should put it in our savings account and just sit on it and continue to make our monthly payments like normal, just kind of what the best course of action you guys thought would be.
Yeah, it's a good question. Do you guys have any money in savings right now?
Very little. So we actually we have 4 kids. One of our kids is disabled. So it's kind of it's a back and forth thing,
Okay. Okay. So really nothing in savings. So what's your debt like? Give me like a list of it and the amounts.
Yeah. So our house, we owe about $44,600 on our house. We just incurred a new debt, which had to buy her a vehicle after the accident. Hers was totaled. We owe $21,000 on it. We got a pickup that I drive, owe $17,000 on it. And then we've got a personal loan for about $2,000. And then somewhere in the neighborhood of $500 to $5,500 in credit card debt.
Oh, Stephen, you're not going to like what we say.
That's fine. No, that's what I'm looking for.
How much do you guys make a year, Stephen?
About $75,000.
Okay. Yes. So.
Okay, can I say it before you give it to him, Rachel? Let me just say this, Stephen. How'd you find us?
I was actually just scrolling through Facebook and ran across some Dave Ramsey videos and started listening. And
how long ago?
Not very.
Okay.
Probably 3 months ago, if that.
All right. So you are like in the entryway to our gang, right?
Yeah. You could call it the infancy, I guess.
Okay. So I'll be super gentle and kind. Okay. I want you to begin to transform your language.
Okay.
From I had to go take a loan out and buy a $21,000 car. I have to have a $17,000 truck. To, we chose to do that.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay. That's going to be key as Rachel walks through, because when you approach life as reactive, life did this, so I just have to do this, you will stay broke for the rest of your life. Okay. If you say, come what may, I will stand firm on a principle. I don't borrow any money outside of a mortgage, period, ever. And a mortgage only if I got to. Now you're about changing your entire family tree. Okay?
Okay.
It's about taking ownership. Okay? All right, Rachel.
Stephen, how much could you get for the $21,000 car? Have you Kelly Blue Booked any of these in your truck?
Yeah. So my truck's actually worth about $30,000 in today's market. Okay. I actually just looked it up the other day, and actually had the dealership called me the other day offering me $30,000 just to buy it outright from me.
Wow. Okay.
Not interested in doing that. I mean, well, I guess I could be.
You're going to get real interested.
You might be in a second. How about the $21,000?
I could definitely be interested in that. And then I think my wife's van, it's probably worth right at what we owe on it.
Okay. And did you say you have $5,500 in credit card debt or $500?
Yeah. About $5,500.
Okay, and what is the credit card debt? What does that consist of? What were you guys swiping the credit card for?
It really. I mean, it was kind of Christmas last year, and then and I listened to part of the show earlier when you guys talking about Christmas.
You're one of the 25%, Stephen.
Yeah, and I was really hit home. And then, school closed and everything else.
Okay, so it's just life. Okay. So one bright side of this, Stephen, to make you be like, okay, you're normal. You guys literally are the every American family. You got 2 car loans, you got some credit card debt, you got a personal loan, and you're just living life. But you probably feel like, Stephen, oh my gosh, we work really hard, and I feel like we're broke. I feel like we're barely making by. How is that possible? Okay, so that feeling that you're feeling is a flag that is raised in your emotions to say like, okay, we're not doing this correctly. So the way you guys have been looking at money, because you called in this show, the way we're going to advise you is a complete 180 of how you've been looking at money. And here's the deal too, Stephen. You have to realize, okay, I have to do a 180 because what I've been doing is getting me these results. And I don't want these results. I want something different, which means my actions and my thought process have to be completely different now, right? So what we're going to say is probably going to radically shake you up and you're going to be like, wait, these people are insane. Maybe a little, but we're also not broke. So let me just give you the...
We do these things in our own homes.
Yes, yes, we live this stuff out, Stephen. So if I woke up in Stephen's shoes and your wife's shoes, here's what I would do. I'd sell your truck today, get the $30,000, go get a $15,000 car. That debt's completely gone. You got a great truck or great car, whatever you have for $15K, you're calling it a day. I would take the $22,000 that you guys have and I would knock out the personal loan. I would knock out the credit card debt. And then I would put anything else that's there. I'm trying to do this quick math. Anything else left at the car loan. So you guys will probably have about, I think, $15,000 left on the van. And I want you, Stephen, for about a year it didn't have to be a year. Yeah, maybe a year to work extra. I want you guys to take on extra jobs, either at your primary job. I want you to drive for Uber Eats. I want you to do the most radical stuff to earn extra money and get this van paid off, because you could look up in 1 year, Stephen, and your whole life looks completely different. But
I actually just started a new side job. If you will.
Good. Okay.
So I'm a career firefighter. That's what I do for a living.
Okay.
And there's frankly, there's no money in that.
Oh, sorry. Oh, shoot, Stephen. Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off. We're going into a break anyways. But all that to say, that's exactly what I would do, what I laid out for you. And it's going to feel different. It's going to feel uncomfortable. It's going to be strange. But I'm telling you, Stephen, this $22,000, if you guys get this settlement and you get this cash and you don't change anything, you don't cut up credit cards, you keep living your life, it's going to be gone. It's going to be gone. Put it to good use.
Create your free every dollar budget today, the simplest way to budget for your life. Brought to you by Xander Insurance. Identity theft protection isn't a luxury in today's world. It's a necessity. Get yours at Xander.com.
I just have a brief question for you guys, and that is, I take care of my stepdad, and I myself have no more debt, but he has $13,000 combined between a personal loan from his brother-in-law and credit card debt. And I've been working on the credit card debt for quite a long time, and I haven't worked on the loan because I'm trying to get some help from him, and I'm not.
Why are you working on his debts?
Well, originally when we started living together, it was one of those things where we kind of needed each other in terms of, like, I didn't have anything, and I had the job, but he had the place to live, and he had a credit card, and things kind of, spiraled out of there. We've had life events happen. I got in a car accident a couple of years ago. We had to put the whole thing on the credit card because we didn't have, the insurance didn't pay out in time. So
you technically don't owe these debts. It's all in his name, but you feel a guilt because it was taken out for your benefit.
That, and he took care of my mother to her dying day, and I told him that I felt like I should do the same for him.
So you feel like there's no legal obligation, it's a moral obligation, and you want to be generous and just pay off his debt.
Yes, I feel that way. And I'm kind of in the conundrum as well that I need to take care of myself and my daughter too.
Yes, yeah. So listen, bro, you don't. I'm saying this in a way that I always want to hold very tightly, that we honor our parents, okay? But it's their investment in us as kids is not some sort of 401k for them.
These days, it's not if your identity gets stolen, it's when. So you need ID theft protection from Xandr. They monitor your personal info proactively and alert you of any suspicious activity, including home title fraud. Then Xandr takes care of everything, including up to $2 million of stolen funds protection and white glove service to help you get your life back. Plus, kids are covered for free on their family plan. Call 800-356-4282 or go to Xandr.com.
Do you know what I'm saying? He's supposed to take care of your mother. That was his wife. He was supposed to take care of you. You're his kid. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I get you.
I hope that if I ever found myself destitute and my son was able to, he would help out his old man. I do. I like the idea that I can help out my dad if I ever need to. Okay? But that's different than like I'm some sort of an account that he's going to start withdrawing from.
And that's really how it kind of feels lately.
Yes.
Is that I'm obligated to do this. And
is he putting that pressure on you?
Or is that you telling yourself a story?
I feel like it's me who,
So he hasn't brought this up at all?
We've discussed it a couple times, and he gets really defensive. You know, where would you be without me, and that kind of deal.
Yeah, dude.
So that sounds like he's pressuring you.
Yeah, it's predatory,
and guilting you
it's
into
nonsense.
paying off this debt.
Here's where you would be. Not there.
Yeah.
Ta-da. I hate that crap. That, hey, I did something nice for you, son of mine, so now you owe me. And owe means I'm going to spend recklessly. How about this way? If he wants to get on a budget and get a job and talk finances together, all right, cool. I'll play ball. But nobody who says that kind of crap to their kids ever does that. People who talk to their kids like that, they want to spend what they want to spend. They want to lay around. They want to like, oh, are you get what I'm saying?
Well, he's in poor health and he can't work. And I've asked him if he could sell off some of the things that he has. And it's been one of those, yeah, I'll do it, but it hasn't happened.
There you go. There you go. So he can't work. He's in poor health and you're honoring your dad. That's amazing. Good for you. And I honor him. He can't go get a job. Cool. But yes, then the next logical thing is we have a math problem that we have to solve together because we're both in this together. And so what he wants is he wants to not have to participate at all, not get rid of some of his blankies that makes him feel warm and fuzzy, not get rid of some of his toys or tools or whatever you got out there. But he wants you to come up with that extra money and that extra support and that extra fill in the blank.
Pretty much.
Are you also his retirement plan? I mean, beyond this $13,000, how is this guy going to survive the next 10 years? If he can't make his payments. That's the thing, is this problem is bigger than you and he's trying to put it on you as if you're the reason for it. As if this debt was out of his life would be perfect. And it sounds like you don't have it together financially. Where are you at? Because you're saying, hey, I really can't afford to do this.
I've just barely started to get my financial situation corrected. I had student loan debt for a long time, and by the grace of God, there was some kind of class action lawsuit. My loans were canceled. I got
what's left?
Easy. I opened up a credit card last year, and I paid it off before the interest charges hit. So I have no credit card debt.
Do you have any debt whatsoever?
No.
Do you have any savings?
Yeah, I completed baby step 1 with my $1,000 emergency fund, and like I kind of feel like I'm in a holding pattern on those step 2 because of the debt situation with my stepdad, as we just discussed. But I'm beginning baby step 3 and trying to build up the big emergency fund.
Are you living with him?
Yeah, we have a two-bedroom house. I sleep in the garage because he's got a bedroom and my daughter has a bedroom. And that's kind of taken a toll on our relationship.
Is it a finished garage, or are you just straight up sleeping in a garage?
It's a garage with like a little room in it. So I don't know what it was utilized for before we moved in here, it's a rental.
What's your long-term plan? Do you make enough to move out on your own for you and your kid?
I make $50,000 a year, and in California that doesn't go real far, but I've done the math, and I do believe next year I'll be able to move out on my own, and that's what I'd like to do is move out with my kid. And,
how's he going to handle that?
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter how he's going to handle it. At some point, you're going to have to cut that tie because he's going to drown. He's going to drag you underwater.
Have you been paying him rent?
I'm paying 2/3 of the rent.
That sounds like a lot for a guy sleeping in a garage.
I agree.
That's what I'm saying. He's going to have to understand that he's got to figure his finances out because you're not going to be there long term.
And here's the deal. There's not an easy way to have this conversation, brother. It's going to have to be a direct, probably in writing. As of this date, I'm going to move out. And if that $13,000 on that credit card is because you were struggling with an addiction or you were homeless or you went crazy spending it, then I'm going to tell you I think you should pay it back. If that $13,000 on that credit card is just your stepdad just kind of out in the wind spending money, then that's not your obligation to pay for. And no amount of guilt tripping is going to make that bill yours. Only you know what that bill is.
Yeah, I look at it a couple times a month.
Yeah, I imagine you do. And maybe you're able to say, all right, you know what, I'm gonna work an extra job. I'm gonna pay this stupid bill off, and then I'm gonna move out.
Yeah, that's something I'm working on right now. I'm educating myself into being able to build a small business on the side as a side.
You don't need to be doing that right now. You do not need to be building businesses, brother. That is how people take one step out of the hellhole you've found yourself in and fall right back in it. You need to get 2 jobs that have health insurance that you can clock in and out of that give you some boundaries and some practice on your life. Okay? Don't start I'm going to get in a gig on the side. Man, that's too much for you right now. We got to draw some boundaries with dad first.
One step at a time.
The best ID theft protection is from Xandr. They not only monitor, they help you get your life back. Go to Xandr.com to learn more. Brought to you by the EveryDollar app. Start budgeting for free today.
Hi, guys. I need some advice. I'm in trouble.
Oh, no.
Deborah.
You sound like you're in the corner. You remember like when we were kids, your parents sent you to the corner? Sound like you might be in the corner, Deborah. Let's go. No shame in your game. What's going on?
Yeah, definitely on the cusp.
Uh-oh.
Okay. I have 2 houses. Okay, one I was renting out. The renter went away, totally trashed the place, left the place broken, haven't fixed it, had a lousy, horrible 2024 year. And it's left me with $70,000 worth of credit card debt.
Oof.
Because of the house or because of other things?
The house, trying to get people to help get it repaired, that kind of thing. It's still sitting not repaired. It's been 8 months. So I've lost that income. And then my income went down from 5 days a week to 3 days a week. So that also hit me. Plus I had like knee surgery. I have kids living with me. I have grandchildren living with me. And honestly, the money I have now, I can't make the bills every month. And so I've been putting my utilities on the credit card and that kind of thing. And this is over a year and it's all added up. And here I am.
All right. This house. Let's talk about this house, Deborah. The rent. How much do you owe on it?
On the rental, I owe $0.
Oh, it's paid for.
It's paid for. I inherited from my father.
Oh, wow. Okay.
I figured when I'm 65, I'd move there and retire, and there you go, have no mortgage. Meanwhile, my other little home, which is condo, I owe about $114,000 on.
Okay.
And that's the one I'm currently living in.
Okay. How much is the house that your dad left you? How much is that worth?
Oh, probably about $650,000.
Okay. How much is the condo worth?
Probably about $400,000.
Okay. And where do you want to be long term? The condo or the home?
Well, in the home, because condo's upstairs, kind of thing.
Okay.
You know?
Yeah, for sure.
I like where I live, but like I said, I've got grown children living with me. We're talking 30
Why
year-olds.
Why are they living with you?
Hey, sorry for the interruption. This is important. No one likes to think about dying, but one day your family will have to deal with everything you leave behind. So the question is, will it be easy or a total nightmare? That's where Knockbox comes in. Knockbox is a kit with 15 categories and clear instructions that give your family an organized plan, so they're not sifting through old paperwork and guessing passwords and dealing with lawyers. So leave your family memories instead of a mess. Grab your Knockbox kit today at knockbox.com/Ramsey for the best discount available. That's knockbox.com/Ramsey.
Why are they living with you?
Because they got no place else to live. One injured his back. He's got like a 10 vertebrae fusion. He's looking to get on SSI. He hasn't worked in a couple of years. And then the other one, he's got 3 kids, 12-year-old, a 10-year-old, and a 7-year-old. And believe me, we don't have room. You know, I've got people sleeping on the couch, you know. But I've been paying all the bills. And I've asked for help. They don't help. One of them can't. He just doesn't even have a job anymore. The one that does work construction, he does have income, but he doesn't contribute. And he doesn't want to help do the repairs. That was part of the thing, is he was supposed to repair the one house, the rental house, and he's been, I guess he's been giving me a bunch of baloney for months on end here.
And these are sons?
These are my sons, my blood sons.
Yeah. Yeah, it's heartbreaking. I mean, it's a mess. The boundaries here are completely intertwined, and it's not working for you, Deborah. And so you're not able to help people when you're drowning, and you're drowning. You're putting your utilities on credit cards. You can't afford this life anymore. So so they need to leave. I mean, there has to be a conversation of, I can't support you, nor should I. They are grown adults. And you need to give them a runway, Deborah, 30, 60 days. And because you can't afford it. Like, you guys, you can't afford this situation. And so, so what I would do, would you want to be in the house? I mean, I would sell the condo, go move in the debt-free house. You know, you have
100%.
And then you have $275,000, pay off the credit cards. You have $200,000. And now you get to live your life.
Like, this is an immediate turnaround, Deborah, and it makes the most sense.
Yeah, that would be the rest of my income for the rest of my life. I am 62 right now.
What do you have in retirement?
Yeah, about $6,000.
Okay, so you're going to have to up your income. You are going to have to work longer, but you'll have that $200,000. And that's not going to be enough probably for retirement long term. So you are going to have to be working some more. But this will fix a lot of this mess right now.
Yeah.
That's what I'm trying to figure out.
Yeah, so
I'm literally having to borrow money even to pay the minimums right now. Yeah. And that's from other people.
Yep.
Well, there's nothing to figure out. I mean, I want you to understand that you have one clear option here, and it's the option we just gave you. And this is going to get you out of this desperate situation, this wacky situation, quite frankly. It's not desperate, it's just wacky. And set you up for the future. Now, you're right, but you at least got a $200,000 head start, and you're going to have to work, and you're going to sock away as much money as possible. We'd love to see you get a SmartVestor Pro if you do not have one. And let's map out what do we need to do over the next 5 to 7 to 8 to maybe 10 years to make sure that you have more margin as you age. But at least you got a paid for home that is also a tremendous asset for you as well.
Yeah, no, it's a blessing, and I know it is. But, and what about my grandkids, though?
What about them?
I don't make my grandkids homeless.
It's not your problem. I know that sounds heartless. It shouldn't, but I feel like it does. But that's not your problem. Those are grown men. They need to step up and take care of business.
No, I agree on that. And I don't feel like I'm doing them any favors because I take care of too much. And I've tried to back off of that too because
but that's the answer to your question.
They don't care.
But you just answered your own question, by the way, more effectively than I did. Your little speech you just gave is the speech you need to remind yourself when you say, what about my grandkids? I don't want to be this big, mean grandmother that kicks them out on the street. That's not what you're doing, number one. But number two, you need to remind yourself of that speech you just gave. It was a great speech.
I'm trying.
And the dad of the 3 kids has a job, correct?
Well, he does construction, so he works here and there. That kind of thing.
So Deborah, you said, I mean,
work whenever he wants.
Okay, yeah, he can work whenever he wants. And this isn't, I'm being a little harsh on you, Deborah, because you've allowed it, right?
Yeah.
He's living the best life.
Yeah.
Everything's paid for. He works when he can. He doesn't pay bills. He does nothing.
This guy's literally the character in Wedding Crashers. Ma, meatloaf. I mean, he yells and you come running, you know? Might as well give him a little silver bell.
On the big things. And the thing is, he actually made more than I did last year. And he still can't help me with the utilities or nothing like that. And I'm begging him.
Well, you know what?
Well, that's...
He's a...
Yeah, that's where that's a boundary, Deborah, you have to set for yourself. You've asked, you can't control what he's doing, and so now you have to control what Deborah can control. And you have to set yourself up in the next, what Ken just said, the next 8 years to allow you to win. Because at the end of the day, they're not helping you, right? It's not like you're falling back on them. So
he can't help you with utilities. You can't help him anymore, period. He's a grown man. I'm telling you, I wish I could have a chat with this guy. I really do. This is embarrassing. He ought to be embarrassed how he's treating his mother. Now, I understand I'm talking about your baby. I get that. But you called and you're looking for advice and your heart is literally getting you in trouble.
I know it. And like I said, I depended on him to help me, with the repairs on the rental house. And,
so, Deborah,
we're shooting ourselves in the foot.
We've discussed this already.
So tonight, Deborah,
got it.
You need to sit them down and you need to let them know, hey, in the next 60 days, I'm putting the condo up for sale. I can't afford this anymore. And I'm going to have to make some hard calls because I have nothing in retirement. And I'm going to have to do what's best for me in this situation. And so that is selling the condo, moving to the home, doing some repairs in between. It's not going to probably be perfect when you move in, but at least you don't have a mortgage payment or a rent payment. So, gosh, Deborah, I'm sorry, but that's what I would do. Cut up the credit cards. Don't keep going down that mess. That's getting you more and more. And when you don't have the temptation of the credit card, then your feet are to the fire, and that's really going to force you to make some hard decisions, which is good. You need some of that.
You ought not to treat your mama that way.
Create your free every dollar budget today, the simplest way to budget for your life. Going into the break, we were talking with Larry, and Larry's going through a divorce, sadly. He and his soon-to-be ex maxed out all his credit cards, which he was supposed to be using for work expenses and being reimbursed there. He can no longer use them for that because they're maxed out, so he can't travel. His work won't help him, and they tell him he's going to have to take time off without pay until he fixes this, and he's got $300 in his account to his name. Is that a fair summary of what you told me so far, sir?
Yes, sir.
Okay. What do you make at this job?
Yearly, right at $93,000.
What do you do?
I'm a field service engineer.
Service engineer.
Mm-hmm.
You're an engineer by trade?
Yes, I work on other people, industrial equipment of all sizes and shapes.
Okay. But you have an engineering degree?
Yes.
Okay. All right. The first thing that comes to mind is that your time with this company sounds like it's done. That's the first thing that comes to mind for multiple reasons. Being on the road hasn't worked well for you. Paying their expenses for them, you being their bank, isn't working well for you. And as an engineer, you can probably make 90 somewhere else. You're out of money. You don't have the ability to borrow to go on the road anymore. And for some odd reason, after 15 years, they're unwilling to help you at all. That's either means that they don't like the level of production that you're doing, or that they're cold-hearted, or both. How big a company is this?
It's a worldwide company.
Oh, okay. That's the problem. That's the problem. It's just corporate America then. Okay.
Yes.
All right. No heart, no soul. How much debt have you got, Larry?
Total probably around $225,000.
That
including house.
Okay, how much of that's your home?
About $120,000.
Okay, so you got $100,000 in consumer debt.
Yes.
And how much of that's credit cards?
Probably around $15,000.
Okay, what's the rest of it?
2 vehicles and a motorcycle.
So you got like $50,000 cars?
Got one that's 40 and one that's 20.
Okay,
but like I said, I'm in the divorce and I cannot sell her vehicle. I tried to do that, tried to take it out of my name, but it's still in negotiation or arbitration, I guess you might say, that they will not. I can't do it until that's final.
Yeah. I understand.
She bought a new car just recently.
In your name?
Yes.
How did you sign it?
I didn't.
She fraudulently signed your name?
And my name's on it, and I have to pay for it. That's my dilemma. That's my insurance company. I have to pay the car insurance also, which they told me that I could not drop because it was their company policy unless I dropped everything that I've had for over 30 years, home.
Okay.
Life insurance.
All right. So you need to sit down and talk with your attorney. Because let me help. Let's sidebar for just a second. We'll come back to your immediate problem. You got a lot of problems, but but if you did not sign for this car, there is no way on God's green earth in any state that you should end up liable for this car. If you do, you have the world's worst attorney.
Well,
she's committed criminal fraud. If she signed your name.
Oh.
Okay? I can't go and sign your name and buy a car. Even if I'm married to you, I can't do that unless you have a power of attorney. Have you given her an unlimited power of attorney?
No, not recently.
Okay, well, ever?
I don't remember. I've been married 32 years.
Well, I've been married 35 years. I know I haven't given my wife an unlimited power of attorney. So I'm positive of that. So anyway, so you need to sit down with your attorney. It sounds like your soon-to-be ex has committed criminal fraud. That should enter into the negotiations. You should not end up responsible for a $40,000 vehicle that you did not sign for. Now, that's a sidebar. As far as your insurance company goes, tell them to stick it in their ear. Okay? If they can't, I'm going to cancel everything in sight with them. They don't get to tell me what to do. Who's this insurance company?
Alpha.
Okay, then go get you another insurance company and get insurance on your car. Why are you insuring her car? You know, your attorney sounds like a wuss to me.
Well, he told me just our last meeting last week or 2 weeks ago that he would drop my insurance company also. He said that's not a law. He said that's their company policy.
Yeah, that's exactly right. I'd go get let her get insurance on a $40,000 car she signed fraudulently for, and don't you dare pay a payment on that. So that's set aside. Now we got $15,000 in credit card debt. I'm guessing both of your names are legitimately on all those credit cards, and I'm guessing both of your names are legitimately on this $20,000 car. What other debt is there?
That's basically it. There is a Lowe's. I just forgot that. That's probably right at $10,000. I bought a piece of property a couple of years ago, and that was used to fix up a couple of trailers on it.
Mm-hmm. Is that property? Do you still own it?
Yes.
What's it worth?
The property is probably worth $100,000. It's on a lake.
Good. That's going to be sold to clean this mess up then.
Yeah.
So here's a couple of other things, and then we're going to get back to your original issue. The last thing is this: in a divorce, you don't want to end a marriage and stay on debt with somebody.
No.
And so this car has to be moved away from you. You need to refinance your car as a part of the negotiation and get it out of her name, and you be responsible for it, and you probably need to sell it and get something cheaper right now as soon as possible. But all of that's going to be, you have to get permission to do all that. That is accurate information from your attorney. So you've got to make sure you don't stay on the hook to pay everything if she doesn't pay it, because the one thing we know about her is she's not reliable. Now, next on, what are we going to do with $300 to your name and no ability to go to work? you're going to have to go to work somewhere else. And that may mean delivering pizzas and driving Uber for 3 weeks to keep your bills paid a little bit until you get a new engineering job.
Okay. A part-time job doesn't bother me. I can get a job because, I work in companies all over the U.S. I have many contacts with them, and offered quite a bit of jobs to come privately work for them. But I didn't want to lose a good job, or what I thought was a good job.
Yeah. I don't think you've got a good job.
I don't either anymore.
I don't think you're working for a good company. So, it's as soon as you can land something, the better. Hopefully you can land it there until you at least get through this divorce.
Yes.
Because you need to stay there until you get this settled and you don't end up holding the bag on the whole thing because you're having to fly into Birmingham to do negotiations. You got grown children or little children?
Yeah. No, my children are grown. They're gone out of the house.
Well, that's financially good news anyway.
Right. Well, one of the things in last November and early December, we had arbitration dates that I told my company about. And, the 2 or 3 days before, they told me, no, you cannot leave that job and go to that, which did not put me in good standings with my lawyer or anybody.
Yeah, exactly. Because you do need to look for a job, brother. And you're going to have to get something part-time to eat with until you land something. Hopefully you can land something in a week or two. And you may need to move. And if you move, that's fine. You fly in for the arbitration and make that part of your signing deal with the new place. I'm sorry you're going through this, but break this down into small parts, figure out what's most important. And that last part right now is the most immediate emergency you've got. This is the Dave Ramsey Show. Tony is on the line in Tampa. Question for Ken Coleman today. Hey, Tony, what's up?
Hey, Dave. Hey, Ken. How you doing?
Good. How are you, sir?
Doing good. Just lost my job this morning. I'm 24 years old, going on 25, and I just lost my job, and it was a six-figure income. So, a hard job to find.
Wow. What in the world happened, and what were you doing?
So I've been in the car business my whole life, kind of just got thrown into it. The whole family, everybody's in the car business for the same company. I was selling lots of cars, first place every single month, and some of the cars that we're selling, they had, bad Carfax. So I'd work with a guy for 5 days straight, and the Carfax would be bad. And I decided to leave the Carfax, out of the, I didn't show the guy the Carfax. So I guess that could have been a lawsuit or something, and they ended up firing me. It was Mercedes-Benz. So, they're real strict with everything. You leave the toilet seat open, you might get clipped.
Well, first of all, we're sorry. This is not a fun day. But I want to at least encourage your heart for a moment. You're going to survive. You've got to learn from this. Anytime something like this happens, you don't want to move on from this. You want to take as much personal responsibility as you need to and then figure out, okay, what do I learn from that, not let that happen again, and move forward. So six-figure income, we've got to ask on the Dave Ramsey Show, where are you at financially? Where are you at in the baby steps? Do you have any kind of emergency fund?
Yeah, I've been putting a little money away. I know my job's real strict, and the security there is not too good. Just by, knowing where the managers are at mentally and that kind of thing, they're just real strict with everything. I've only worked there. Now, I said six-figure income, but I've only worked there. This is my third month there, and my first, second, and this month I'm all in first place with Perfect CSI, which is, your surveys that come back. So my customers love me, but I was thinking with emotion more than I was with my head, so I know that's where I went wrong.
Well, Tony, so where are you at? Do you have an emergency fund at all? What is it? How much?
Yeah, I have about $15,000 saved up.
Do you have any debt?
Yes, I do.
How much?
My bills every month are right around $2,000 a month.
Yeah, but how much debt do you need to pay off? If you look at all the money you owe, how much is that?
How much debt do I need to pay off? I'm sorry. Yeah. No debt to pay off. I'm renting my apartment, and my car is leased. I know you hate that, Dave, but it is leased.
All right, Dave, I'll let you handle the money stuff in a second. Here's what you need to do, Tony. You really need to, I think, ask yourself the question, why did you do what you did, which got you in a situation where there was a clear company policy and you violated it, and they take that stuff serious, and as a result, you're out of a job. So you really need to reflect on that. We don't want to beat up on you, but that's important. Secondly, do you love sales? You're 24. Do you like to sell?
Yeah, I love to sell in certain environments. So there's certain places I've sold that I didn't enjoy. The first real job that I did like was Mercedes, the clientele, the money, of course, and the cars. I enjoyed selling the cars.
All right, you're 24. What did you go to school for? Did you go to school, and what was it for? What was your major?
I started college, and I was just going to get a business management degree because I had no idea what I wanted to do. So I was like, just to go to school for something. I ended up stopping school after about 2 years, once it started coming out of my pocket. I just really, didn't care about what they had to say. I was more interested in making money and that kind of thing. So for a couple of years, I was a professional poker player.
Okay. Well, Tony, you're all over the place, so I'm going to give you a couple pieces of advice, and this is something you're going to need to do actively. First things first is you've got a little bit of a cushion with that $15,000. You're single. I'd get rid of the lease, obviously. Dave can speak to that. But I want you to sit down with 3 people. You can make it 5 or 7, I don't care. But some people who really know you. They care enough about you to tell you the honest truth. They'll be blatantly, brutally honest with you. And I want you to ask the question of yourself and then let them answer it, which is, what is your greatest talent? What do you do better than anything else? And then what do you care about? If you love selling, but you want to sell something that lines up with your values, it matters to you, then that's where you need to be heading. But before you even make that big decision, you need to get employed. And you need to lick your wounds here and also learn some valuable lessons. Dave?
Tony, my son is 25. And this is what I would tell him if I heard this story from him. Number one, you have a tremendous upside. You have a gift with people, and you have the ability to sell. What sometimes comes with that is a BS artist. And you've been BSing, even on the phone here. Toilet seat up is way different than freaking not giving a Carfax report. You should have been fired. You deserved it. Not because you're not a good salesman, but because you completely violated the thing here. I'm a Mercedes customer. Yep. You completely violated that. You would have been fired if you were working for me. And I would have cried because you're such a good salesman when I fired you. And I would have cried for you because I wouldn't want to break your little heart. But, man, you just completely stepped in it. And you cannot allow your gift with people to think that entitles you to cut corners. That's the poker thing, that's cutting corners. That's the going around the Carfax thing, that's cutting corners. Your gift with people doesn't give you the right to cut corners. It demands that you go right through the middle and that integrity become your number one goalpost that you check everything on from this day forward. If you'll take that with your personal gift with people, you're going to make $200,000 a year for the rest of your life. Yep. You're going to be very wealthy. You're going to have a lot of healthy, great customers, because I can tell you this about you. You like selling a quality product. Mercedes is a quality product, and you like dealing with intelligent customers, because most of Mercedes customers are well-heeled. They love that product because it's a quality product. Most of them are very successful themselves. They're easy to sell to for that reason. Again, I'm one of them, but you got to take that other little piece of this and digest that part of it from today and make that your goalpost. So I'm going to be the first one in your corner. Like Ken said, put 3 people in your corner that loves you enough to tell you the truth. You have a tremendous gifting, young man. You can be anything you want to be. You could be the CEO of a major company with your ability to deal with people and your ability to sell. But you will never achieve that if you shortcut. If you think you get to go around the side of something because of your verbal gymnastics. Ken, you and I both have that ability, and so it's talking to both of us. I've done the exact same crap when I was his age.
Here's the deal, Dave. This is a roadblock or a stop sign that he created for himself. And it's a gift at 24 to go, wait a second, this is a temptation for anybody who loves to sell. You know this.
Any of us that know how to use a word properly and turn a phrase.
There's a thrill in getting the deal done.
Yep.
And it'll cause us to be tempted to cut corners, like you said, Dave, and end up getting ourselves in big trouble. Know why you love to sell and love what you are selling so you're not tempted to cut corners.
So if you get this lesson from this firing, You'll look back when you're 34 and when
Best
you're
thing that ever
54, and you'll say, this is the best day of my life.
Absolutely right.
If you take the lesson away that they were right. They were not petty. Toilet seat up is petty. You tried to match it up with petty. It was not petty.
That's right.
It was deserved. But you're a good man, and you've got the ability to make big money and do the right thing with this gifting, and you're gonna be somebody, dude. You call me back, and I'll help you, I promise. This is the Dave Ramsey Show. Hey guys, thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, click the subscribe button to get the latest content and check out these other great clips from the show. Brought to you by the EveryDollar app. Start budgeting for free today.
So I've dug myself a hole. And I don't know what the right answer is. Well, actually, I probably do know what the right answer is, but I don't know how to get out of it.
Okay. What happened?
Well, to make a long story short, my wife and I got married 2 years ago after dating for about 6 years. We waited till all the kids were out of high school and we could combine households a little more easily. After a big wedding, we started trying to pay stuff off, but the minute we got home from the honeymoon and when it became the business of a relationship, the relationship changed, and that's where the problem lies. So in the process of paying stuff off, last July we decided, because we weren't making any progress on the credit cards, we made it a really wise decision to take a 401k loan for $50,000 payable in 2 years to pay it off. But now the credit cards are coming back. So I've got a list if you want a list, but just not sure what to do with it.
What's the so your core question is what?
How do I fix this and keep my marriage?
Oh, okay. Wow. All right. So you've got a total of how much debt?
120.
Okay. And 50 is a 401k now.
Right. So 35 left. That's correct.
Oh, 35 of the 120. Okay.
35 of that 401k is left.
Okay.
Yeah, so there's 35 of your 120 is a 401k loan. What is the other 85,000?
Okay, so we've got credit card with 11.8, credit card with 7,200, credit card with 19.2, credit card with 2,900, 2 cars at 31.8 and 22.4. My daughter's car at $2,900, which will be paid off very shortly, and a trailer for my losing business at $4,300.
Okay. All right. And what's your household income?
About $200.
Okay. What's the losing business? What's that mean?
So to fund an early retirement, I have a woodworking business that I do on the side. It's taking up 6 to 8 hours a night and every weekend. And in the last 2 years, we've lost about $10,000 a year.
Okay. So that sounds like an expensive hobby that's taking up a bunch of money and a bunch of time, both. That's kind of an easy decision, isn't it? I need the 8 hours to spend on my marriage. I need the $10,000 to spend on something else rather than a losing business. Close it and sell off the stuff. Why wouldn't you do that?
I could.
Yeah, you could. You'd have 8 hours to spend on your marriage. You said you're spending 8 hours a night on this?
Yeah, I'm normally in my shop until between 9 and 10 o'clock every night.
Yeah, that's good for marriage. Yeah. Okay. And especially since you're not making any money. I mean, if you were making $10,000 a night or something, she'd probably be tolerant. But, okay, so you have a $200,000 income. You have cars coming out your ears, credit cards coming out your ears. Now, the credit cards are growing back. So that tells us that you guys continue to spend more than you make. If the credit cards are growing back, right?
Yeah, you took the HELOC out for the credit cards. Tell me what you're spending this money on. Is this just putting food on the table? Is this funding your business? What's going on these credit cards?
So three of those cards are funding the business. One of them goes away in a week because I made a big sale.
Did you cut them up yet?
They're put away. They're not cut up.
Okay, there's the problem.
There's a different problem. I disagree. The two of you have not sat down and said with a written budget that we're going to live on less than $200,000 a year. Why?
To be honest, we have, but then something always comes in.
So you just didn't stick to it?
Pretty much.
So an example of something that comes in is what?
$4,000 collection item from Verizon from 4 years ago that we didn't know was coming, or a foreclosure for her and her ex-husband on timeshare of all things that paid immediately because his credit doesn't need to be affected.
I'm sorry.
I know timeshare is your favorite word.
No, I don't understand why his credit matters to you.
Well,
to his ex-wife.
She was obligated to pay it in a divorce.
Oh, okay. All right. So she knew she had that, and the Verizon bill was hers too?
Yes.
So she knew she had that. Mine. She just didn't know when they were going to drop. But she knew these were unpaid bills, and if she's an adult. I'm missing something here, Jack. Okay, I don't understand why this is ending your marriage. Because the two of you can't get on the same page, or what's the problem?
So the stress of the bills weighs heavy. Okay. And we go out and we go do we go to like a craft show on the weekend, and we make a little bit of money, and all of a sudden we're all in and we're ready to go take this business into early retirement. But by Tuesday, when it rolls around and we're back out in the shop, it's oh, holy cow, we got to work again.
So
but
you just have a short term.
That's your side hustle,
right?
You have a $200,000 income, and the two of you can't decide to live on that. That's what's confusing to me.
I think that your mindset is. There's some place in your brain where you think you can kind of windfall yourself out of this, whether it's, hey, we'll just take out the HELOC and that'll be our windfall to get out of this, even though it's not. Or, hey, we can go to these craft shows and maybe we can make enough money to get a windfall and get out of this. And I think what Dave is getting at is you guys haven't truly looked at your behavior together as a team. If you set a course and say, we're going to do this, no one else can make you follow that course of action other than the people in the mirror. And that's what we're getting at is...
So, Jack, if you wanted to have some dramatic moves forward, okay, I can give you 4 things right now that if you go do them, by the end of the time you do those, which should be within 2 weeks, you're going to have a completely different scenario in your life. Sell both cars, sell the trailer, get out of the woodworking business, sit down with your spouse, and do a written, detailed budget where the two of you live on less than your day income, and you guys can clean this mess up in no time. But you're screwing around with craft shows, losing $10,000 a year and 8 hours a night, and losing your butt, and you can't sit down and manage to make it through a $4,000 bill making $200K. So you can do this, but you got 2 stinking expensive cars, you got a stinking expensive hobby that you wish was a business, and the two of you aren't working together. That's the answer, right? Those 4 things. Hang on, we're going to put you through Financial Peace University, see if we can help you too. Create your free every dollar budget today, the simplest way to budget for your life.
Darren joins us in Alberta, Canada. Darren, welcome to The Ramsey Show.
Hey, how you guys doing today?
Great. How can we help?
So, I am just starting out as a young family. I have 1 little kid, 22 years old, and have absolutely zero financial sort of savvy, if you know what I mean. Mm-hmm. I'd never learned how to treat money. I could have saved a ton when I was younger, but didn't.
You said you're 22?
Now we're stuck living. 22, yes.
Oh, you act like you were like a very old man with no time left.
That's what it kind of feels like.
Dude, most people wish they learned this stuff.
Yet, brother. You're good, man.
I know, and that's kind of why I'm trying to turn this all around, because at the moment, how things are going, it looks like I'll be working till I'm 80.
Wow. Well, we can change that.
I don't want to do that.
Why do you feel that way? What's your financial situation? Do you have a lot of debt?
I unfortunately, fortunately, we do not have much. Only about $2,000.
Okay.
In credit cards. Just recently starting to look into the baby steps, but every time we try to get our $1,000 emergency savings put down, since it's winter with COVID, my hours are cut. There's no work really going at the moment, so we end up cutting into it just to pay our ordinary bills. We don't eat out. We don't spend extra money. We don't do anything. And like I've already started running DoorDash and taken on as many extra side jobs as possible just to make sure we have enough. How can we change things enough?
What do you do for a living, man? What's your day job?
I run a hydrovac truck for an environmental company. Like, you'd think it'd have a little more work, but winter has almost no work, and competition is beating us out.
Yeah. So, what do you make a year, man?
About $40,000.
$40,000.
Is that all of the household income?
Yes, my wife doesn't work. We have a little boy at home, and yeah.
So you owe $2,000.
Yeah.
Okay.
We've managed to wheedle it down.
Yeah. So
I'd like to get rid of the credit cards entirely.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. So I'm going to let George walk you through the baby steps, but I want to back out 30,000 feet. Okay.
Okay.
Brother, you're in a better spot than you think you are. It's cold and it's been dark the last few months, and you sound beat down. How old's your baby?
He's 8 months.
8 months. So I want to tell you, I've got 2 little ones myself. You're in the season of 8 months when it's exhausting. You can't go outside because it's zero, or it's -0 where you are. All of this weighs down on you. The way I hear in your voice is like you're under one of those anxiety blankets, those weighted 50 or 80 pound blankets or 40 pound blankets, and like your soul has left you. You are not in bad shape financially, brother. You are way ahead of the game. I think the question you and your wife need to ask yourself is this where we want to live? If this is going to be the financial reality of the job I work in now. And by the way, since I was 22, I've probably had 5 to 6 to 7 different jobs, a couple of different careers. So you're good, man. But I want you to look at this with optimism, not with it's all coming down, because you're 22, man. You are just getting started. And you only owe $2,000. The number of calls we get from 22-year-olds who owe $100,000 is astronomical, right? So you're in a good spot. I want you to look at this through joy, not through it's all over. Is that cool?
Okay.
All right.
Good foundation there. So, Darren, it sounds like to me that you don't have a lot of margin in your budget every month.
I've actually never even made a budget.
Well, today is the day, my friend. I'm gonna hook you up with Ramsey Plus. That's our year-long membership, and it's gonna get you connected to Every Dollar, our budgeting tool. Austin will pick up after our call's over and get you connected with that. I also want you to go through the Financial Peace University videos with your wife. Do this as a family. Start budgeting, and you're gonna see where your money's going. Because right now it sounds like you're not really sure why there's no money left at the end of the month. And so I want to know exactly where that's going.
We did crunch it all together, and we did figure out exactly how much more we would need to accomplish just the bills.
Good. And you may need to pick up some extra side jobs. You may need to supplement that, find something you're good at, and go see if your neighbors need their driveway shoveled. I mean, it can be anything. Get creative. This is not forever. It feels like it is, but this is a short rut.
At the moment, I actually even make donuts on the weekend just to cover up that.
That's awesome. At some point, you're going to have a hard conversation about, is this the job for you? A job that doesn't offer any work in the winter time, that doesn't sound tenable or sustainable. And if competition's eating your company alive, it may be time for you to say, okay, in 2 years, where do I want to be? Do I want to be a nurse practitioner? In 5 years, do I want to be a nurse? In 2 years, do I want to own my own truck? In 3 years, do I want to have a mechanic shop? Whatever those things are, start planning for those things now. But, man, there's a lot of, we've already done this, You got to start this thing with your attitude, brother, and say, sweet, this is falling apart, sucks, now I'm on to the next. Now what's going to be there for me and my family? Go get it, man.
Yeah, you're 22 with $2,000 in debt. You're going to look back at this 6 months from now, and you're going to be out of debt. You're going to be working on that fully funded emergency fund of 3 to 6 months of expenses, and then you're not going to be worried about the hours and what's going to happen. You're going to have what we call financial peace. And after that, you're going to begin investing and saving for that kid's college and paying off the house early and doing all kinds of amazing things. And so I want you to dream about that future and let that vision fuel this fire where you go, you know what? I'm going to do whatever it takes right now.
Yeah.
I'm going to look back and say, remember when things were crazy and my job, there was no hours, we were doing whatever it took to get by. And those are the stories you're going to be able to tell your son. And so get plugged into the stuff. I'll have Austin pick up and make sure you get connected to Ramsey Plus, and that will walk with you along this journey to make sure that you know exactly what the right next step is. Perfect. Thank you for that, Darren. Good call, John.
Yeah, man.
Man, but it is interesting that a 22-year-old guy who thought my life's over.
Yeah.
I have $2,000 in debt. I thought he was going to say, I'm 64, I have nothing in retirement, I lost my job, and I have $100,000 in debt.
And almost all of the time I hear somebody with that level of despair.
Yeah.
There's life circumstances going on. Somebody's marriage is in trouble. Someone's got an 8-month-old and they're in the doldrums of winter in Canada, right? Whatever it may be. And it's easy to see a little roadblock, a little speed bump as this giant mountain. And it's just not. You just got to back out far enough and go, all right, man, I thought this was going to be it. I'm 22. Dude, I was a high school coach when I was 22. And since then, now I have a YouTube show. I mean, who knows where this thing's going.
Yeah.
But you got to get out there and hustle. And you got to say, all right, this isn't working. This ship has got a hole in it, so I got to get on another boat and go find another job.
Yeah. And that's a great reminder for anyone listening, because no matter what age you are, you always feel like it's too late for me.
Right.
Right? And I'm 42, and I just lost my job, or I'm 18, and I don't know what I want to do with my life.
It's all over. It's not.
It's never too late to take
not
control.
Over. 62. Start over again.
Yep.
Start over again. 72. Start over again. Just keep getting back up. Keep getting back up. Keep getting back up. Let's go to Christopher in Spokane, Washington. What's up, Christopher?
Hey, a quick question. I guess I'm going to try to make it quick. So I'm a local truck driver and work at nighttime delivering pizzas, but I have an opportunity to leave Washington State, go to Alaska, work for summer. And it's seasonal work. I'd be dropping my local truck driving job to go to Alaska.
Is it a fishing job?
No.
Okay. I had a buddy that did
for
that
the cruise
once.
industry.
For the cruise industry?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
What's the payoff? If I go to Alaska, what happens?
So if I go to Alaska, I can pay off all my debt by October and have $10,000 when I come home.
How old are you?
34.
Are you married?
No.
No kids?
No kids.
But you were saying, and we cut you off. But finish the sentence.
But I would be losing my health benefits and everything, and I would be pretty much jobless and homeless when I get done with
Okay, first of all right, that's a little dramatic. Okay.
Christopher,
come on.
You scorched her, and I'm going to be homeless, and no one will love me, and my grandma's going to take her socks back.
Well, wait a second. You're going to be debt-free. You're going to have $10,000 going towards your emergency fund, which is baby step 3. What is 3 to 6 months based on your current income?
Current income?
Yeah, what's 3 to 6 months expenses?
Probably $8,000.
Okay, wait a second. So now we come back from Alaska. We have no debt. We have a fully funded, let's call it 3 months. Is that based on 3 months, I'm guessing? The $8,000?
And I'd probably use that money.
You what?
I would use that money when I come back to get a whole.
No, you would not. No, you're being melodramatic. I'm going to show you how. So stay with me in my narrative. We'll get to your narrative if you don't like my narrative. All right?
Okay. Our pets' heads are falling off. Come on.
Yeah, I mean, man, the sky is falling. Okay, so listen. You come back and you've got $8,000 in your emergency fund. You got $2,000 left over. So we know you're not going to be under a bridge starving. You're going to at least have plenty of lifetime supply of ramen noodles for $2,000. Okay, so here's my point. You also are in a high demand job as a truck driver. True or false?
True.
You also will have communication instruments, otherwise known as phone and email, while you're in Alaska. True or false?
Or pigeon and small piece of paper.
Fair. I mean, for heaven's sakes, you got to hire a dog to deliver a message. All right, so you can communicate back in your area and go, hey, and it's possible that your current employer may need you back because you're not a jerk and you do a good job. Is that true or false?
That could be true.
All right, dude, come on.
So what's the hang up? Like,
yeah.
You sound like someone's forcing you to do this.
No, I'm just wondering if it's worth doing because I'll be dropping here I pay rent and everything else and food and everything, but in Alaska I won't be paying that.
Right, so you're pocketing even more money.
So if you don't go, how long until you pay your debt off?
That's the question.
I would say 18 months.
All right, then. So do you want to pay it off faster or in 18 months?
Faster.
Then go to Alaska and eat some great salmon.
And then don't cut your arm off because you don't have any health insurance.
Yeah, I mean, you're okay. You could self-fund any health needs.
So, man,
you're on a cruise ship.
But if I have a really bad gallbladder and I probably need it removed.
Do you have a bad gallbladder or a history of gallbladder?
I do.
Okay.
Then maybe not having insurance is not the plan for you.
So then don't do it. We're not telling you to be risky, but let's play this out, though. Are you talking with a doctor now? Are you in care right now to where they're going, we may have to remove your gallbladder in the next year, 2 years? I mean, tell us what the doctors are telling you.
They told me that it could go, it could not go. If you eat healthy, then you could potentially have your same gallbladder or the gallbladder forever if you just eat healthy.
Well, you could be talking about me right now, and I've not been diagnosed with any gallbladder issues that I'm aware of, knock on wood. I mean, as I hope it stays. But here's the deal. What would a gallbladder surgery cost you without insurance?
Maybe $10,000.
All right, then. So you start weighing, do I want to go to Alaska or not? I mean, the thing is that there's a small chance that could happen, I guess. But at that point, you go, okay, well, could I afford it?
And you're also, Christopher, man, you're talking a few months to pay this off, right? As you say, October versus a year and a half. I think this is a different conversation if it's 6 years or
that's true.
8 months. Then I would tell you, dude, you roll the dice, you live once, right now, man, it's 6 one way, half dozen another.
I agree. If you're worried about the risk of the gallbladder stuff and being saddled with a $10,000 bill, then don't do it.
I would go.
I personally would. I'd eat really good.
I would. Well, I don't know, man. I may blow my gallbladder up on a cruise ship.
Not me.
No?
If I knew my gallbladder might blow up, I'm going to the Google and I'm going, what's the good gallbladder stuff?
Dude, but they have those cheesecake buffets, man.
Well, the buffets are an issue. I agree.